Welcome to the cake shop. Can that be your intro?
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome guys, how's it going? It's been a while, I've been in a bit of a rut, but we're climbing our way out. So here we are. I made a lot of icing. I made some cakes because I'm trying to get rid of them. So today we are just going to be doing a plain tiered cake, just a vanilla on vanilla, just like refresh your memory on how to build a tiered cake. So I have some Italian buttercream here. I just have a vanilla cake all sliced off into their sections. We can do that in a whole different video, but I just figured I would do that before. Let's get started and I'll give you a little life update. So we moved. I lived in a house in downtown St. Louis, and we have moved to a small town, and it's been a bit of a change. But the biggest thing is that it's so quiet here. Other than the kids working on their kids. I'm only 23. They're not children, but they're like 18 to 24-year-olds working on their vehicles. So I live in an apartment complex with college kids, and they all decided to buy mini bikes. So you can imagine them rolling up and down. We have a gravel drive and a gravel, like, what is that called? Parking lot. And so just gravel everywhere, and it's been fun. They're cool kids. They're not, no one's weird. Actually, alright, let me back up. I'm just gonna do this chronological order. I don't know why I'm just jumping all around everywhere. That's fine. That's how my brain works. But we're gonna start chronologically. So, move day. No, let's start with before move day. We move on a Sunday. We get a call, or I get an email on Saturday like, sorry, the truck that you wanted is no longer available, or we don't have a truck for you. And I was freaking out because I have my whole house packed up. You don't have a moving truck for me? Like, are you serious? We start calling around. The first truck we went with was a cheaper option than like the most popular one around us. And I was like, we'll try this. I haven't heard any bad reviews about them. Like, that's fine. We'll try that. So we do that. They call us like, hey, or they email us like, hey, by the way, we don't have a truck for you to pick up today. So I have a truck, yeah, but that's not enough to move. Like, we had this table, we have all this stuff here, we have 2 full desks with like PCs and all that, and then like our dining room table, and then like furniture. Like, it was just not gonna happen. And also I have a problem with hoarding products that I'm working on, and candles. Just we're working on that. We're going through those. It's fine. We finally do find a truck. Great. We have to pick it up that Sunday morning though, which already puts our plans behind because we were planning on loading it up a little bit that Saturday night just to, like, you know, just to get started on it. So we pick it up that Sunday morning. All is good. All is well. We get everything packed up. Thank you to my brother who helped us pack that. We needed a slightly bigger truck. Like, honestly, we needed a little bit of a bigger truck because we had to end up using everyone else's vehicles to pack stuff into. But it's fine. He packs it like a freaking genius. I'm so, like, thankful that he was there to help us. And so we get everything packed up. We're headed to QT to get some gas. And on our way out, the brake pedal on my truck goes to the floor. And if you know anything about cars, you know that's not good. So I wave my boyfriend down. I'm like, hey, my brake pedal is on the floor. He said, well, we can't move with that. So we check it out. Turns out my brake line busted. Thank God it was in a parking lot, but of course my dramatic self was like, everything's ruined, I can't move anymore, this is not like St. Louis, like, oh, it's fine, So we have to get that fixed, obviously, and we gotta call a tow truck. While we're calling the tow truck, my brother gets his car, because we weren't originally gonna use his car, because we didn't need it. But now that we have our, like, deep freeze and a couple other big things in my truck, I'm like, hey, we need another truck, because I can't, like, just leave my deep freeze in some mechanic's parking lot all night. So he gets his vehicle, we start going, we get that all packed up, and the drive down there is pretty normal, honestly. After everything that happened that day, pretty normal. We get there, we get everything unpacked. Neighbors are really nice. One of them comes out and just greets us while we're unpacking. However, forgot to mention this, the U-Haul truck that we had didn't have a passenger seat belt that worked. My boyfriend and I ended up driving the U-Haul, and he left his car in St. Louis, so we had to drive the U-Haul to our new place, and I was in the passenger seat without a seatbelt the entire time. Because they rented it out to us that way. Like, I understand you're short on trucks, but, like, fix that before you rent out something. Anyway, I'm not salty about it at all. Dear God, I'm ranting to a camera again. That's fine. And by the way, this is not going to be pretty. I'm just doing this. I didn't know what else to do, and it's not for any kind of event or anything. It's just for, honestly, I'm just setting up for the next video. Oh, I'm so excited for the next video. Anyway, so we get here, everything gets unpacked fine. I get a call from my mechanic in St. Louis, like, hey, it's fixed. Come on down and you can pick it up. I was like, great, fantastic. Because we were still going down. We had a few other little things that we had to leave at the house because I was a hoarder at the time, and honestly, I've gotten rid of half that stuff that we left there. But anyway, beside the point. We get to the mechanic's place, and he's like, hey, your brakes are a little soft. I'm not in love with them, but we fixed your brake line. I was like, cool, fine, how much you need, whatever, we paid him. I don't get a half mile from the shop when I'm like, I can't drive my truck. Like, I'm not driving, because I had to like double tap it to even get any kind of like pressure. Because I would do it and it would go like 90% of the way to the floor, and I would have to back up and like get pressure on it. And so I was like, hey bud, like, this isn't fixed. And he's like, all right, you can bring it down. I can fix it. That's all happening. We're finally getting all the old place cleaned up and like taken care of, and we're all good with that. Another day goes by and I still don't have my truck. So I'm like, hey bud, what's going on with this? And he said that he finally got it fixed. I had to get new calipers, which is fine. They honestly probably needed it because they were getting old. I'm just glad I took a week off of work so that I could like move, and I thought I'd be like, hey, I'll get unpacked and I'll get everything, like the apartment put together by the time that work starts up next week. Nope. Anyway, back to the original story. So we finally pay the man to get my truck totally fixed. This cake is falling apart. This is cake mix that I had in my pantry that I'm just trying to get rid of, and it's just, these are going to college kids anyway. I'm sure they don't really mind. Honestly, it's not that bad. Get the apartment unpacked, get everything done, and then we're all good. John starts school, we're fine. So then, we've got a nice little flow going, everything's good. 2 weeks ago, I get home on a Thursday night. It was like 8 o'clock at the time when I got home. And, talking on the phone with my mom, and I'm walking, and then I hear like squishing under my feet. And then I go in the kitchen, and there's just a puddle in the kitchen. Because the apartment has carpet, so I'm just hearing squishing in the carpet. I go in the kitchen, kitchen's got like some kind of weird linoleum type stuff. Look in the bathroom, there's puddles in the bathroom. I'm like, hey mom, I'm gonna call you back. I think our apartment flooded. Great. We have a hose in front of our house, and someone decided to play with it one day, because these are bored college kids with no jobs, and they yanked it out so much that it busted the line that was in our wall that would bring like from the water, wherever you get your water, to like the hose to the front. Busted the hose, and it just like flooded the apartment, this one and then the unit next to us as well. So that was fun. And of course we got new flooring. I love it because it's like the latched together wood. Beautiful. But on that whole weekend, it was just so much fun. So that's where I've been. I feel like I do this and then the universe just like laughs at me, and God just laughs. Because I finally got the apartment all organized and cute and like everything in its place, and it's so great, and then this happened. I literally was about to film this video and then the apartment flooded and I couldn't do anything. Now everything is put back in place and I'm good, but like, that's where I've been. It's gonna be a tall cake. We are doing much better here. Our apartment backs up to the woods, and I could not be happier about that because I just get to look out the window. I'm rambling. I'm just gonna finish these cakes because I didn't realize that I was gonna talk so fast that I finished the story before I finished the cakes. So I'm gonna do that. I'll be back. Alright, so I made the executive decision to make it a rustic cake, mostly because I am running out of icing and it will not cover both tiers. So I don't have any cake dolls with me, so we're gonna use some bendy straws to make your little supports for your cake, because if this goes on top of this right now, it's just gonna sink in and look terrible. The rule I was taught was whatever size the tier is that you're stacking on top, you do -2 in inches, and that's how many dowels you need to put. So this is a little 6-inch round, so I have 4 dowels to get a good support system going. And you're just going to stick it in and then pull it out just a little bit. Cut off the top, and then it should go flush with your icing. I'm going to bring you in a little bit, so watch that. Stick it in. Get it to where you need to go. Pull it out a little bit. Snip it. And now let's put this other tier on top. You're going to take it, just gently slide it. Good God, I'm scared. Try and get one side down and then drop the rest. That is not centered in the slightest. There we go. Kind of pulled up the cake on that side. That's fine. That's an easy fix. We could just put a piping over that. But here, is the general cake. I'm just gonna do a little bit of decorating, using up the rest of my icing. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough. This is not my best cake. This is just me wanting to get back into baking and really, honestly, not wanting to worry about it too much, because this isn't even level. Like, it's terrible. But that's fine, because I have other plans for you, lovely. So let's roll the footage.
Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light, yeah. Till the morning.
So, here's the cake, and here's my disaster of a setup. It is not my best work, I will admit. However, I kind of just wanted to have fun with my new Russian tips that I got a couple Christmases ago. So I found the snowflake one, and it is just beautiful. Like, look at that. That's so pretty. So that's gonna be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do miss filming these for you guys. Not my favorite cake, but I like it. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!